What's up guys, it's your girl M. So right now I'm going to be doing a video about me opening up about my insecurities and how I stay positive and tell you guys about some dark days I have about it. It's just going to be a deep video about this because I know I'm not the only person in this world that has insecurities and doesn't struggle every day with it. So I just felt like this would be the perfect time to open up to you guys about something that I've always struggled with, and some days are better than others. But before I get started, I want you guys to give this video a fat thumbs up, subscribe down below, comment what you guys think about this opening up about my insecurities video, and I hope you guys enjoy. What I mean by me opening up about my insecurities is every day people go through struggles with trying to figure out why they look a certain way, act a certain way, and how did I get to this point in my life of why I have so many insecurities, if that makes sense. So I have many insecurities, many insecurities, and my biggest insecurity is my weight. My weight has always been my biggest insecurity just because it's always been hard for me to cope with seeing the number on the scale go up. It's always been hard for me to actually get on a scale and say, I'm gonna be okay. There's gonna be something good that's gonna come out of this. And every time I do, there's just never something good that comes out of it. So that's one of my biggest insecurities is my weight. It's always been an issue about my body image, about rolls and stretch marks and cellulite. Like, it's been my biggest struggle, and I question it every day. Like, why did I get myself to this point? And I feel like a lot of it has to do with my past, of me pretty much not caring of what I ate. And also when I got bullied, it kind of just took a really big toll on me emotionally. So I kind of use food as my escape of my emotions. Now, when people get bullied and are going through a rough time in their life, people have things that they go to as a recovery pretty much. So if I was smart enough back then as I am now, I wouldn't have used food as my way to feel better about things. And I feel like that's my own fault. But, when you're going through something so hard like bullying, and every day people are harassing you, calling you different types of names, whale, you're fat whore, fat, ugly, people telling you that you need to die, that you don't belong in this earth. Like, it was the most hardest time of my life, and it wasn't just in school that I was dealing with it, it was also online. So once I got out of school, I was dealing with it online. So I couldn't escape from it. And I think that's why I have such a big insecurity about myself. Like, I always look at myself in the mirror and say, why do I look bigger than what I am? And honestly, like, it's so hard for me to accept the fact of what happened and what happened in my past. It's always been a hard thing for me to accept that, because who's going to really accept getting bullied? Who's going to really accept having insecurities? Another insecurity I have, growing up, I always thought there was something wrong with me. It's been a struggle since I found out for me, and honestly, like, I just thought I wasn't like any other girl. I just thought it was just not normal for me. And something I struggle with every day is, I'm going to show you guys it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I do have, let me see if you guys can see that. I do have facial hair excessive body hair, and it's something that has been so hard for me to accept. And when I was younger, I didn't know like why I had it. Like I thought it was because I shaved at a young age. That's why I had it, but I knew like a lot of my friends were shaving at 13, so I was like, why am I growing hair in weird places, you know? And it's always been a struggle for me to accept it because I thought it wasn't normal. Like, I see all these girls, barely any hair on their body and their face, and then it's like they have flawless skin. Like, nobody's gonna be perfect, obviously. I'm not gonna say nobody's perfect, but every person I looked at, like every girl, I seen barely any hair on, and it was hard for me to accept, like, why did I have this? And all these years I've been like crying and crying and crying over it, and I finally came to an assumption of finding out that I have PCOS, which is pretty much where the hair is linked to. So pretty much that's been a hard struggle for me to accept, and I'm always going to have trouble accepting that, just because all these years I was fighting with myself and fighting with myself and asking myself, why am I going through this? Why do I have to go through all these things? Plus, on top of that, my weight. So it was just like everything just coming all in one. Um, Another insecurity was my laugh I have, and like my personality. I've always been very iffy about my personality. What I mean by that is pretty much everybody has always told me, like in school, growing up, like everybody said, oh my god, you're so annoying, you're so bipolar. Like, one minute I'll be like freaking happy as hell, and then the next minute I'll be crying or something. And I was not, like, I was a tough person back then. Like, I was never a crier. Let me not even say I was crying. I was more like vicious and mean. And honestly, like, I thought like I was like had a multiple personality disorder. And all these years I thought that, and it was because I was going through hard times in my life, and a lot of people I didn't open up about that. I was like a really closed in book that I didn't want nobody to open. Like, I had like extra locks on it. And all these years I thought like there was something wrong with me. And I have issues still now where I feel like I'm fighting with myself every day of trying to accept the fact of who I am. Like, it's hard for me to sit here and talk to you guys about this because it's like I'm trying so hard not to cry. Because it's like things like this got to me at growing up, and especially my weight. Like, my weight's been the hardest thing for me to accept, and and I just don't know how to accept it and how to feel okay with it. I just feel like, oh god, this is so hard. I just feel like I let myself get to a point in my life where I let myself go, and I didn't care. I didn't care about what anybody thought of me because I was getting bullied. And I was like, if nobody else could accept me, why should I accept me? Um, it's just so hard to be okay with what I'm dealing with, and be okay with saying everything's gonna be okay. You can make this change happen. Um, But it's like every time I get on the scale and see that my weight hasn't changed and I'm working out and dieting and doing all these things, and it's just still at the same number, it's like, what the hell am I doing wrong? And it's like I let a lot of negative stuff get to me. I let a lot of negative people in my life. And back then, I just let everybody step all over me, and it's like so hard for me to talk about that, because it's like, why? Why did I let that happen? Why did I let these people walk all over me like I'm nothing, when I am something? I matter in this world. And a lot of my family, like my siblings and my mom, never knew about anything that was going on. And literally, like, last year was the year that I told my sisters, I told my mom, and I just kind of didn't want to tell them, because I didn't want to go back to that. I didn't want to talk about it, because it's hard for me to accept about, like, everything I dealt with. Like, I know there's a lot of people that deal with much worse stuff than I dealt with, but when you're getting emotionally damaged every day from strangers and people just don't like you for no reason, it kind of makes you question, like, why are you here? And I questioned that for so many years of elementary school. I questioned it for so many years. And I'm finally accepting the fact of who I am and loving myself for me and just being different. And it's so hard, but it's an everyday struggle for me. And I just want to put a message out there. If you are getting bullied about your weight, about the way you look, about the way you act, don't ever let nobody treat you less of yourself, because I really let people do that to me, and I let them destroy me. And you know what? I don't even know why I'm crying, but I'm happy that I went through that, because I wouldn't be as strong as I am today. My life would probably be a lot more different. And you know what? I have amazing people in my life. I have an amazing family. And then I have an amazing significant other that loves me for me. And that's all that matters. Like, when I was younger, I thought I was always going to be single. Like, I was never going to find anybody because of the way I looked. But, there's just so much stuff that I could open up to you guys about my insecurities. Like, I got made fun of because of how I laughed. I kind of sound like a hyena, which I know. And, like, my laugh is, nobody has a cute laugh. Nobody's gonna ever have a cute laugh. Nobody's ever gonna have a perfect personality. Nobody's ever gonna look perfect. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. And that's what I wanted to be back then, was perfect. I wanted to have a perfect rockin' body, perfect hair, perfect this, perfect that. And then I said, screw this. Why am I going to change for me? Change for everybody else. I should change for my own happiness, which I'm doing now. I am taking one day at a time. For the last 3 years that I met my boyfriend, I'm taking one step at a time. He's kind of gave me that motivation and said, Emily, why are you always bringing yourself down? I don't know. I don't know why I'm always bringing myself down. It's just so hard. But, ooh. Let me regroup, guys. Pretty much how I got through all of this. I never let anybody get the best of me. Ever. I never self-harmed myself over it. I never did a suicidal threat. I've never done anything as a way of hurting myself. I just use food, which I'm not suggesting. Don't do that because it freaking catches up to you in the future. And that's something that I didn't realize. Like 13, I was nothing compared to what I am now. And it catched up to me. My weight catched up to me. And I used food and junk food as the answer of escaping. Because I was nervous to talk to my siblings about it. Which I'm so thankful for, like, now telling them, like, they get a better understanding of why I was so, like, like, I didn't tell them anything. But I'm so grateful that I did, and I feel like I became such a stronger person. I feel like I've became a better person, a much happier person, and I try to, the one thing I do to keep myself positive about my insecurities is something that I enjoy the most, which is makeup. I love makeup. Now, anybody who sees my pictures on Instagram, my Instagram is yo with 3 O's underscore M with 3 M's. Anybody who sees my pictures on Instagram, I post pictures of myself with crazy makeup. Like, not crazy makeup, but like crazy colors that people don't use. All those colors that I use on myself represents me now. What I used to do was just black, pure black. And I use makeup instead of food now as to express myself, to show how I'm feeling that day, or just to show my mood, you know? And I'm kind of grateful that I do that. I kind of forgot about something that I loved the most was makeup and cosmetology. And I was trying to be something I'm not. And don't ever, guys, don't ever let somebody tell you can't be this or you can't be that, because you could be whatever you want in this world. You could be a police officer, go to the army, you could be a cosmetologist, a hairstylist, you could freaking be a dancer, a singer, whatever you want to be yourself. Don't be what anybody else wants you to be. I live by that quote every day because that's what I let people do to me in the past, is I let everybody else make me of who I am. And now I make myself of who I am. So I use makeup as keeping myself positive. I love to write. Like, I have a journal and I love to write. Just write my heart out. And it doesn't have to be about, like, things that are going on in my life. Like, I write things, like, positive messages, like a reflection message of, that I could look back on and say, damn, like, this is the Emily when she's 20. Let me reflect when I'm like 30 on it, you know? Like, that's what I write in my journal. And another thing I love to do is just listening to music. Music really helps a lot of people, and it has helped me so much as a person. I could relate to a lot of music. Not like the music that we have today, because the music that we have today is like a little crazy, but, and I try to spend time with my family and my boyfriend, something that I never really did in the past, as a positive thing for me. Like, I talk to my mom much more, like how I'm feeling and stuff, and it's like, that's always been my struggle, is just letting my emotions out and telling somebody like what I'm going through, or, you know, just telling them about my day. And I feel like I've grew so much as a person that I'm so grateful for where I am today. I'm much happier. I'm just so blessed to be 20 and can't wait to see what the future holds for me. But I'm gonna give you guys this message, is please never let a person define who you are. Never let a person build something, like make you into something that you're not. Don't hang out with the wrong crowd. And try to go to positive people that you could talk to about these things. And don't use self-harm as the answer to things. I really never really turned to that. I could never see myself doing that. So I turned to something was food, and just do something better than self-harm. Just do something that you love, drawing if it is, scrapbooking, freaking sewing. I just wanted to make this video for you guys because I wanted to show you another side of me that I don't show a lot of people. And I did make a video like this, but I felt like I wasn't myself in it. I wanted to show you guys emotion in it, and I really, like, this was a really hard video for me to do and talk about and get my thought process of what to say to you guys, but I feel like this video came out perfect for you guys. I deleted the old one just because I just didn't feel like it was right. I didn't feel like I didn't say the right things, if that makes sense. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay positive, be who you are, do things you love, and please talk to somebody if you ever need somebody to talk to, because it's the best thing you guys could do. If you have a therapist, your family, your significant other, a friend, a teacher, a cop, whoever it is, talk to them. Because I'm starting to do that for myself, and I feel like I'm so stronger now, and I know I'm a better person. I've grew so much as a woman, and I've overcame a lot through the bullying, my insecurities, and I'm still trying to learn to love myself and trying to learn to accept where I'm at in life and accept my insecurities, because insecurities, everybody's gonna have it, but you just gotta put a change to it if you don't like it. And certain things you can't change about yourself. You just kind of just gotta accept it. And don't ever change for anybody else. I felt like I've said that so many times, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a fat thumbs up. And I'm so glad that I made this video for you guys, because definitely let out a lot of emotions, and I feel like I left an impact on all you guys, and I'm just kind of happy that I did, because that was a struggle of filming this. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.